A very good evening, everyone. Very good evening. How are you all? I hope that you're doing great, and we are here back again with another episode, as you want to call it, of Boost Your Vocabulary with me, Shreya Srivastava. And today, again, we're going to be doing 5 new words, and we will be trying to help you in any terms of your vocabulary building, and so that you can use it in your normal day-to-day language. Hi, Prakhar. Hello, Akanksha. Hi, Vivek. Hello, Aryan. After 2.5 hours, yes. Um, I hope that nothing's changed much in these 2.5 hours. Hello, Vishali. Good to see you all here. And just going to quickly take you to the word for the day. Good evening, Rashi. Hello, Riam. Hi, Roshni. Hi, Akanksha. How are you? I'm perfectly fine. I'm going to just very quickly start with today's thing. Hello, Kartike, Tanishka. Well, I'm so happy that you're all here, taking your time out from your daily busy schedule and starting with me this venture of trying to boost your vocabulary in whichever way possible. Okay, I am going to start with this uh, word. The word that I'm going to start with relates with this gift. Now, because you have already, hi Aditya, hello Medha, hi Rita. Okay, new people, new faces this time around. I have not seen you people be that, or I've not seen Medha or Rita come before in my vocabulary classes. So I'm happy that I have new faces, that I have more people to interact with and more people to know. Hi, Ishan. Already missing our classes. I know. But I hope that yours has started already, and I hope that you're enjoying them as well. All right, and I hope that you find everything useful there as well. Tanishka, Manushka's sister from Pratham, follows the page. Okay, thank you. Thank you. That is so sweet of you. Um, Hi, Hanul. Hope you know. I know perfectly, Tanishka. Hello, Twinkle. Hello, Parth. Piyush, hello. Prakhar says I'm an old fan. I'm happy for that. I'm happy about that. The older you are, the better. That means you've shared more memories. So that's good. Anchita, hi, good evening, Anchita. Okay, let's start with this little gift you have. You remember how this person, Amitabh Bachchan, in this video or in this particular scene said, "Mera naam hai Vijay Dinanath Chauhan." I mean, my voice is not as heavy as you'd expect from from Amitabh Bachchan. I'm sure he would have said it in a very, very deep voice. But how would you describe Vijay Dinanath Chauhan? How would you describe this person's voice? I know that you've said maybe you've heard him, maybe you've not, but I know that you have seen him speak or hear him speak in other movies, if not this particular scene. How would you describe this little gif and especially the voice that you see or that you hear of Amitabh Bachchan? How would you describe it as? Is it something effective? Do you think that that's effective? His voice. Match would you be taking 8:30 or 2:30? I think it's 2:30. I'm not sure. So full of himself. Okay. Okay, voice में full of himself, alright. और कुछ, how would you describe अमिताभ बच्चन की आवाज? Deep, heavy. Husky तो नहीं है. Okay, husky आवाज is a little throaty. His is very deep. His is extremely deep. ऐसी जो obviously I can't, emulate. That's very, very heavy, okay? And that deep and heavy voice, do you think it's powerful? Do you think his voice is powerful? You missed your alarm. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You, honest, 24 hours before. You always do that. Do like the video and share video. Yes, Ankit sir says please do like the video. Please share it with as many people as you can and hit the bell icon. Baritone, okay. Um, Husky says zyada. It is deep. It's powerful. Okay, very, very powerful voice. So what I can relate this word with confident, yes. So you feel that this voice that you see here is stentorian. Okay, you can describe his voice as stentorian. Why? Because imagine when if there were, if this was a word, and let's say you were standing at a place where there were 10 trains going all at once. Let's imagine that there are 10 trains which are going all at once, and they're sounding their horn all at once. जो sound produce hoga when these 10 trains move. Okay, when these 10 trains are moving and sounding their horn, the kind of sound that it will produce, we can consider that stentorian. We can consider that stentorian. Very, very loud, very powerful, something that might create a bit of vibration. All right, that is what stentorian is. So you can remember it with 10 trains and their sound. That's stentorian. Okay, you can talk about this with, in terms of any noise, any sound, any thing for that matter, a person's voice or any other voice for that matter would be stentorian. So, polo CAD में जैसे आता है, yes it is. So loud and powerful voice, you can also consider how Amitabh Bachchan's voice was very stentorian. It was a very deep and powerful, impactful voice, effective, because people, if they hear it, would actually take off it and kind of, be a little aware that, okay, this person might be a bit of danger because his voice is such. So stentorian is loud and it's powerful. That's the kind of voice that you can explain when you're talking of stentorian. So the stentorian music hurt my ears. Stentorian music hurt my ears. Maybe this music was very loud. Maybe this was very powerful. If you ever go to a pub, or if you ever go to any place where there's extremely loud music, so much so that it almost hurts your heart. I'm sure you must have experienced it. I have done it. I've experienced it. It almost hurts my heart because it's vibrating so much that my heart kind of feels like what's wrong with people around, what's happening. That is stentorian. Okay, very loud, very powerful, very effective impact volcano burst with the stentorian noise. Absolutely, Karthikeya. Perfect. That's a correct sentence. Absolutely correct. So that's what stentorian is. When 10 trains move and they're sounding their horns, that's the kind of, if you imagine something like that, you would imagine that that's stentorian. Okay, so loud and powerful. All right, so it's an adjective related to, why is it an adjective? Because it's describing the sound, it's describing music, it can describe voice, it can describe anything that's related to sound. All right, that is what stentorian is. Child crying. Yeah, like, I mean, even though I don't consider that there'll be any child who cries so much that it kind of vibrates and everything, but yeah, that's quite true that a lot of kids, a lot of children who start crying like crazy for absolutely no reason. So maybe if they're very, very loud, maybe if they're almost unbearable to hear, that's when you can consider it stentorian. Okay. All right. Devil Gaming OP is here. All right. Let's go to the second word now. After stentorian, I hope that's something you've understood. Now, this is another gift that we're going to be talking about. Now, this person here is a little overweight. All right. Mother scolding. Yeah, I mean, before there's a flying chappal, there will always be stentorian scolding. That's quite true. Hi, Utkarsh. Hello, Stuti. Shinju from Ninja Hattori. Okay, I have no idea about Ninja Hattori. I know that I might sound very uncool when I'm saying this, but I have zero idea about Ninja Hattori. I just did not know even a few months back that Doraemon and is a girl or a boy. So I don't know. I can't even say. Okay. So so this is this man. How would you describe the way he's walking? Would you say he's walking really fast? Or do you think he's walking very heavily, slowly? How would you describe the way he's walking? I mean, because that's important. That's how you will be able to relate the word that I'm going to discuss. Okay, Varun says lumber. You've given it away. But what about the rest of you? How would you describe a very, very heavy man or woman walking? Okay, Gargantuan. Cat robot है. Huh? कौन? Doraemon. अच्छा. Okay. Like what? Lumbering. ठीक है. Clumsy. तरीके से बहुत. All right. So you can actually kind of feel the way he's walking. You can feel heavy. Okay, you feel that this is heavy. That was strange and funny as well. I know, right? Walking with difficulty. Yes. Land is shaking. Oh God, no. Okay, lethargic. Lumber is the word. That's true. So when you say lumber, you can actually remember how Kali is very, very lamba. Okay. And the way, if you've ever seen Kali walk, all right, because lumber sounds like lamba. And lamba se aap Kali yaad rakh sakte because it's very, very tall, extremely tall. Lofty is the word for very tall. So, Kali jab walk karta hai, heavy steps and casual walk. Okay. जब खाली walk करता है, he takes heavy steps. That's quite true. He can't really move very fast because he is very tall. So if a person is very tall, which is lofty, or if a person is very fat, maybe obese, then in that sense, the way they move, they can't move swiftly, they can't move nimbly, and they can't move the way anybody else would because they lumber. Okay, they lumber because they move in a very heavy and clumsy way. They move in a way where they can't really be very swift. Okay, so move in a heavy and clumsy way. That is what lumber is. So we saw a herd of elephants lumbering across the plain. Again, elephants being extremely heavy in their weight, so they can't really be moving as fast as maybe a leopard. So that is when you see that the elephants are lumbering across the plane. I watched WWE. I used to when I was very young. I used to watch, and I know who Kane is, and I know who this is other person. I'm forgetting the names. Big Show. There was something. ऐसे करके मुझे दो तीन चीजें याद है, but quite long back. Angad. Hi Angad. चलो 2.5 घंटे बाद सब लोग मिल गए. Good. Sumo wrestler was lumbering on the street, so that's absolutely correct. Very good again. Sumo wrestlers, when they walk like as if the ground or the floor is going to vibrate and break off. But that's true, that's lumbering. Okay, so we saw a herd of elephants. Elephants again do this action of lumbering, that's they walk in a heavy and clumsy way. That is, it's a verb because it's an action that one person does, whether it's moving heavily or moving clumsily. So it's an action that even Kali or Bhikshu or elephants or that man there, Undertaker. Yes, I was actually I stopped in midway because I forgot what the name of the person was. It was Undertaker. Yes. So okay, that was lumber. This was our second word. I'm going to take you to the third word now. The third word for the day is okay. So there is it's not a gift this time. It is rock. Of course, how can I forget rock? Never ever can I forget rock. It's one of those favorites at that time. So, how would you describe, or who is this person? Who is this person wearing garlands, and kind of showing as if they care for the world? What do you think is this person's profession? Very clearly, you can obviously see feigning a smile and, feigning as if they're concerned about the world, wearing a garland, thinking that they're the only people who matter. Who are they? What is the profession of this gentleman? Stone Cold Steve Austin. I have no idea who this person is. Big sure, yes, I know that. Political leader, very good. So, political leader is a person who'd feign a smile, feign concern, all right, think that they're the most important people on the planet, and that's quite true. So, this is a politician. The other way that you can remember a politician per se is a word that I'm going to tell you, which Aryan has already told, which is a demagogue. Demagogue कैसे याद रखेंगे हम? If you go back to the etymology, okay, Ravi Rauser, yeah. So if you go back to the etymology of demagogue, you see dema means demos is where this Greek word demos, which means people. Okay, so democracy is the government of the people. Demography is the study of population. So demos is people, all right, and Gog is a leader. Gog is a leader. So we can think of demagogue as people's leader. Now, people's leader, but there's another aspect involved in this. So it's not just the person who is leading the population, but it's also about how he's evoking emotions. But they're a little insincere. Okay, so they are a little insincere in the way that they kind of manipulate the population. So they are people's leader, but they evoke emotions rather than appealing to logic. That means they manipulate, all right, or they kind of maneuver into making them believe that what they are saying and what they're doing is good for them. So, a classic example, of course, are politicians who come on the pedestal, come on the podium, talk about how they really care about you, but all they really care about is their own benefit, is their own profit. And that's what a demagogue is known for, being a leader of the people, evoking emotion, saying that you are my people, I am yours, and we are all in this together, all of that, all of that. And when they're manipulating it, obviously their idea or their reasons, intentions are insincere. ठीक है? An agitator, people's leader who rule by emotions. Exactly. Agitator, not necessarily, because an agitator may not be a people's leader. Okay? Not necessarily so, but a politician would generally be a demagogue. Good evening, Ishita. Hitler was, all right, Hitler was kind of going and appealing to the German emotions. That's quite true. ठीक है? Okay, so the arrogant demagogue made an unreasonable speech. That's the classic example of what a demagogue does. They make an unreasonable speech. They only talk about emotions which really don't have any logic in them, trying to maneuver in a way that they can manipulate people and kind of make them believe that you really care for them, but you don't. Because it's a person we're describing, because it's a person, a people's leader, a politician that we're describing. So it's a noun. It's someone who is being described here as a demagogue. Yes, only gamers. Yes, it is a negative word. It is negative because even if they are the people's leader, they're insincere in that sense. So that is a negative word more often than not. So that was the third word. I'm going to take you to the fourth word now. The fourth word is, can an orator be a synonym? Orator, not necessarily. Not necessarily, because an orator is a person who's good with speeches, who speaks eloquently. But a demagogue is a person who speaks, but only for their insincere intentions, not necessarily. So demagogue's majorly a politician. Yes, Tuti. I'm having the same doubt that only gamer has. So as I've said, Prakhar, not necessarily. It is a negative word. More often than not used in an orator, used in a negative sense. An orator is an excellent speaker, as Khushi says. That's absolutely right. Okay. अब चलते हैं next पे. Can you describe this picture to me? Can you tell me anything about the picture? What do you understand by this picture? And I'm sure that this is something that you might have seen in, a lot of your textbooks, etc., etc. It is okay to revise vocab booster again, Anushka. Yes, yes. It's very, very important to revise vocab booster, learn new words, and revise the previous one. So good that you're here and good that you're doing it. All right. So describe this word to me. Describe this picture. Which words would you be using when you say that? When demagogue already means giving unreasonable ideas, is correct. The word unreasonable in the sentence again. Demagogue is a people's leader. Okay. Demagogue is a people's leader who goes and talks about illogical things. But unreasonable speech is again something that is given. So he's a demagogue who's given unreasonable speech. So that's okay. You've given me words like unity. You've given me words like friendship, solidarity, togetherness, and oneness. All right. Sense of belongingness. Perfect. Friendliness, harmony. Very, very good. So yes, you're absolutely right. If you're giving me words like unity and you're giving me companionship and all sorts of things like solidarity, that's the word. Solidarity is the word. So mnemonic aid for this is how you're going to remember solidarity is solid unity. Solid unity, a unity that people cannot break apart. Okay, a unity that people will never be able to get rid of. That is solidarity. So solid unity is how you're going to remember solidarity, which is unity, and all the words that you've given me, like togetherness, all right, oneness, cohesion, concord, right? Those are words that you've already given me, and that is exactly what solidarity is. Unity, cohesion, concord, which is again being living in harmony, and coexisting in harmony. That's all solidarity. So the students union sat on a strike with the faculty to show their solidarity. Faculty to show their solidarity, which means that the students sat on a strike to show that we are one. Okay, to show that there was concord between the faculty and students, to show that there is togetherness and oneness between faculty and student, bond and camaraderie, and all of that you're telling me, that's all correct. So solidarity is exactly this. When there is solid unity, there's solid togetherness and solid oneness. That's exactly what solidarity is. And this was our fourth word. I'm going to take you to the fifth word now. Now, the fifth, and of course, this is a noun. This is a noun because words like whenever a word ends with any double S is a noun. So, togetherness, oneness, friendliness, all right, all of these words that you gave me, they're all nouns because whenever a word ends with an any double S, it's a noun. Okay, let's go to the next word now. The next word is nominal. Now, this time around, I couldn't really think of a picture or a GIF, but I thought that the word in itself is quite easy, plus the word in itself is quite self-explanatory. Prakhar says farmers are in solidarity, it's in the border. Yes, yes, absolutely. And it's a sight to see. I mean, I had just witnessed it and just passed by this in the border, and I saw that the people there have so much unity, so much solidarity. They're feeding each other, they're helping each other out, all right, making spaces for them, giving them all sorts of wood so that they can light a fire. So there is a lot of solidarity on the Sindhu border right now. If you see that those people are sitting there, you see that there's extreme solidarity there, which is again exemplary. So nominal is the word. How do you want to remember nominal? Mnemonic aid may you can see is name only. Okay. When you say name only, anything that's only for the sake of name. Anything that's only for the sake of name, जिसका कोई ज़्यादा significance नहीं है, बस वो सिर्फ नाम के लिए है. That is what nominal is. सिर्फ नाम के लिए कोई चीज होना is nominal. So जैसे कि for example, we can think of how maybe in a आपके schools में, I'm sure you must have had, you know, young head girls and young head boys, and then there was the main head girl and main head boy, and you'd also you know, see that the younger head girls and head boys were only nominal positions. They were only at a nominal position. That means the only older ones, the elder head boy, head girl, would make decisions while the younger ones didn't really have much to do. तो वो nominal head boys, head girls थे, वो nominal थे, सिर्फ नाम के लिए थे, alright, उनका कोई ज़्यादा significance नहीं था. So for name only, so called, small maybe in price, insignificant, minimal, right, reasonable, absolutely. Okay, so these are all nominal. They charge a nominal fee for the service. मतलब they did not charge an exorbitant fee. They charged it only for the sake of it. कि बस नाम के लिए मुझे कुछ fee लेनी थी तुमसे, तो मैंने I've taken like 2 rupees from you. Okay, so that's nominal. Some call this a nominal in India. Okay. All right. Another thing that I want you to remember is for name only, दो चीजें आपको याद रखनी है. For the sake of name, for the sake of name and namesake, ये दो बहुत अलग चीजें हैं. Do not use them interchangeably because again, something that you will have to see. That's exactly what I'm talking about, Saju. Do not confuse these two things. For the sake of name is nominal. For the sake of name is nominal, मतलब सिर्फ नाम के लिए. Namesake is जब आपका और मेरा सेम नाम हो तो हम उसे namesake बोलेंगे. जैसे if my name is Shreya and if I had another Shreya in the class, what would I say? That girl is my namesake. Okay, that means we share the same name. We share the same name. So namesake is a person. Namesake are people who share the same name. For the sake of name is nominal. Okay, so that is what nominal and namesake में ये difference याद रख लेना, because that is a major mistake and a very common mistake that I see in people. They make this mistake quite often. So namesake are people who share the same name. So if my name is Shreya and if there is another person whose name is Shreya, so we are namesake, right? And for the sake of name is नाम के लिए. Okay, Adjective है because of course we're describing fee, we're describing a position, we're describing like you said colleges, so on and so forth. ये सब आपके adjectives हैं. मैम study material बता दीजिए. मतलब study material कैसे बताऊं? Nominal also means lowly. Yes. Yes. Insignificant, trivial, so lowly. All right. And that's where we come to the end of today's class. And I hope that you've learned something and I hope that you apply this in your normal day-to-day language. I hope कि namesake वाला चीज है जो ये आपने नया सीखा होगा and that you will utilize it in your normal day-to-day lives and not repeat the same mistake again. Right. And that brings me to the end of the session. Study material for the end for DUJAT. Your vocabulary is very important. Current affairs are excessively important, but overall you also need a lot of math practice. That's another thing that I need you to remember. So if you can just contact Pratham for it, it will be great. Triparna, no, not teaching you guys. Okay. All right. Until next time, I'll see you on Friday. Until then, take care of yourselves. Be good. Stay safe. Take care in this chilly weather. Don't go out and eat or drink anything that might harm you. Really like my voice. Thank you. And please hit the bell icon, share, subscribe, comment, and show your love to us. And be good. Stay safe. Tata. Bye bye. Good night.